Okay, y'all, what's up? And welcome back to the Letters to You podcast. I think I'm just gonna say Letters to You. Welcome to Letters to You, or welcome once again to Letters to You, or something different. I don't think I'm gonna say podcast. I feel like this is more of like a hangout or just two people talking. That kind of feel, and that's how I want it to sound. That's how I want it to be. So I feel like it's a kind of I don't know, weird to say the Letters to You podcast. But that's neither here nor there. What's going on? I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you guys are out there and just thriving and getting better and doing all the things that we as humans and, collectively strive for. And that's, to just be better and I think ultimately happier and in the either the smallest or biggest of ways possible. So, but today I wanted to talk about something. I have had a conversation with a friend, a very good friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, and she was telling me that I felt like, that I told her that I felt like I didn't have anybody and didn't have any friends, and so that's what we're going to talk about today. Is seeing the group around you and inviting them into your life. All the good things and the bad things, the fun times, the not so fun times, and really letting the people that you have around you, the people that love you, or the people that don't. I think you'll find out as you go through these things and invite people into your life and and experience things with these people that you'll find out who is with you and who's not. And I don't think in my life I've ever allowed someone to see me at my really really worst times. Like I've been very mean and very bad to people, but I haven't let a lot of people see me when I'm going through things. They kind of see the outcome of me going through said things, and it's usually like an emotional outburst. Whether that be anger or sadness. Generally, I very rarely have I laughed through something that I've gone through that's kind of been very stressful or you know just something that's built up over time. And and a lot of times is the way that I'm a very antisocial person, somewhat of a recluse to be honest. Like I tend to not reach out to people in general, and I sit in my my little apartment and just kind of zone out, and that's not always a good thing, you know, coming from someone who knows and someone who has a hard time getting what I need to express out in a healthy way. And so I would just encourage you, like this is you know it's kind of off the cuff today, and but yeah, man, reach out to people, you know, and allow people to pour into your life. You know, I feel like I almost lost a good friend over not being able to control my emotions and not being able to let somebody see me when I don't know what's going on in my own head. And I'm sure, when this person hears this, we'll have to have more conversations going forward. But I think, to be able to open up to somebody and to be able to, you know, and if you can open up to multiple good friends or, to get different perspectives and people that you trust, like not like people who might have an agenda or, I tend to stay away from people who would say things like, man, it couldn't be me. You know what I mean? Or maybe like more, I tend to rather talk to people who are like, you know what, man, when something like this happens to me, this is what I would do. Or, and so I really, and this person is a very, very, very wise person and she's really helped my life tremendously in the short time that I've known her. So I think the biggest thing is to learn to trust people. Learn to trust people with your pain and with your happiness. When you know with your good times, and learn to lean on people when they say that they're there for you. You know, or especially when they show that they're there for you. You know, that's even a bigger sign that you really need to know and to acknowledge the fact that you have people in your circle and people that have your back. And so I don't know. I think this is it was an eye opening experience. You know, like I said, just happened recently over the weekend, and I've learned a lot in these last 2 days. I've learned how to listen. You know, and these are things like I'm pushing 40 years old, and these are things that that I've struggled with all my life, and I think you know I'm learning new things and really learning to put them into practice rather than just acknowledge the fact that they're there. I think that's one thing that we talked about. You know, she was like, "Hey, you know that these things are wrong, and you know that these things you want to change, but you just don't do it." And 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 I think there are times that I feel like I've put in some decent work, and and when the time comes to show that work being put in, I kind of like fumble the ball, and so only a friend would tell you that, somebody else, and as other people have, just you know will just wouldn't talk to you, or just you know say you're tripping, or say what's wrong with you, stuff like that. So uh yeah, I didn't want this to be too long. I want to try to keep these around the 5 minute mark or whatever, but we talking. So man, I hope that helps. you know Man, look at your friend circle, your circle of friends. Look at the people that you surround yourself with, the people that you love, the people that you like, and and see if you can really learn to put yourself out there, you know, and be open and be vulnerable with those who love you and those who are there for you. So, man, it's good talking to y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.